And again, leaders, I believe this with all my heart. This is where professional sport and professional business come together, right? On this thought process idea, okay? Another big word as we head into the mindset model, metacognition. That's a huge word. That's a big word for a hockey player. Metacognition means thinking about thinking. So maybe you write that down somewhere. Thinking about thinking. And we're going to, tomorrow, when we talk about coaching, we're going to go deep into metacognition. How do we get our people to think about their thinking? And for the next, I would say 45 minutes, I'm going to put you into maybe next 30 minutes. I'm going to force you into metacognition. I want you to think about your thinking. Okay. Now, our model, leaders, is called the Thinking Tenancies model. And this will be our next book. This will be the engine behind our next book called Breakout. Now, I'd love to, for some of you, or for all of you, I'd love to offer the PDF copy of our last book called Hungry, if you'd like that, and we'll figure that out, how to get it to you. But our next book's called Breakout, and this is the engine. So you guys are getting, before we finish the book, you're getting the information. I never want you to forget this model, so we put it on an ice arena. Sorry about that. In the top goal, you can see right there, we actually put in, we call it positive thinking. So I'm giving you context to how we're going to create these 6 mindsets. In the bottom goal, we have negative thinking. So that makes sense, right? There's your opposites. On the left-hand boards, we have past thinking. And on the right-hand boards, we have future thinking. So there's your pair of opposites that actually give us 6 mindsets, okay? So let's go to the first. In the bottom left, we actually have past negative thinking. That's your first of 6 new pieces of language that we want you to start using, and here's why. Neuroscience is really big on this now. If you and I can name it, we can change it. If you and I can name our thinking, we can shift our thinking. But if we have no context to understand our thinking, we're just going to stay where we're at. So for the rest of your life, we want you to catch yourself, to be aware, and to go, whoa, I am firmly in past negative thinking right now, right? That's what we want you to get to, okay? So let's have some fun with this. You guys take over now. This is all you. What is past negative thinking? How do you describe it? What are the words that describe past negative thinking?
Classic, dwelling on the past, right? You hear that phrase all the time.
Yeah.
Totally. Keep going.
Victimization.
Agreed. Couple more.
Regret.
Oh, there's the big one. So write down some of these as indicators. Mm-hmm. So regret would be one of the big ones. Agreed? We have regrets. Others.
Fear.
Yeah, very good. And we're also going to see fear and future negative in a minute, but very good. Keep going here.
Shame.
Can I say, take a deep breath. That's a big one, right? Now, in regards to past negative, think about this idea, right? We're thinking about stuff we didn't like, or stuff that we did, or stuff that we said that we're upset at, and it happened in the past, okay? Past negative thinking is fascinating. Do you know, and I didn't check this out with Shiloh, but if you guys would bring me back for another half day, I could give you all the regrets I've ever had in life. That'd be fun for you. Do you know how much I've screwed up?
No.
Do you know how much I've failed? To be one of the top 700 players in my field, do you know how much I've messed up? So I've got tons of regrets. If you would allow me, I just don't live there very much. Once in a while, I catch myself. So past negative thinking is a very interesting place. A couple of key components here. Number one, we want you to start feeling it. We want you to start understanding it. We want you to start naming it. Here's why. This might surprise you, but my wife Jenny is my best friend. Might not surprise you. And she's my business partner. We've been married. We're going on 39 years now. She's a crazy awesome mom to 5 kids and a great nana to 5 grandkids. And she's my life partner. Okay. Would it surprise you that a little while back we had a bit of an argument? Would that surprise you? I don't think so. What? I don't think so. Here's the point. We made up. I like that part. And then Jen had this beautiful, brilliant thing she said. She said, Ryan, when you think about that little argument that we had, that was a pretty past negative conversation. Isn't that cool? Isn't it cool to have language to talk about what you think about and how you're thinking? And so that's really what we want you to start utilizing. We'd love you to use the model and keep the model alive, keep the language alive. As a matter of fact, sometimes go into your meetings that you're having together and say, okay, let's go to past negative. Let's start in past negative. Like, who's seen this gone wrong in the past before we try to make a solution? Actually honor people that have a little bit more of a negative bent by going there and using it for positive opportunity. Okay. Finally, past negative thinking. Here's your big word. Could you write this word down for me too, please? We want to compartmentalize our past negative thinking. Put a timer on it, right? Look at your watch, go, okay, I'm out of here in 40 minutes. Go to past negative, do it anytime you want. But here's what we're going to ask you to do. Be intentional, please. Don't be reactional. Don't live in past negative if that's not something that you want. And here's why, right? Remember our big statement? Your people emulate your energy. One more time. Your people emulate your energy. Your clients emulate your energy. What if I get on the phone with our top client and I have just spent 40 minutes in past negatives, looking at all the things I regret? How's the energy? So we want to try to compartmentalize negativity as much as we can. This is not a positive thinking model. You need to go negative. But here's the question. Are you intentional when you do that? Okay. Are you intentional? This is where pro sport meets pro business. You do not become a professional anything without being much more in control of the mindset that you choose. And this is where we want to go. So good job on past negative. Let's move. This is fun.